And checking in with you from the front porch in Chelsea, Michigan. Just chilling on a Wednesday, and I'm really curious who is checking in. So, hey, please, if you're watching with us live and you see a chat, let us know what's going on in your neighborhood tonight. Speaking of neighborhoods, we've got neighbors ourselves, and all is pretty quiet here in Chelsea. It rained pretty heavily earlier today. It's kind of quiet evening for a Wednesday night, honestly. So the reason I'm checking in with you guys tonight on a Wednesday, and typically I only talk to you in the mornings at 6:45 in the daily. Well, we're going to be running with a new initiative to love our neighbors better. We talk about loving God more and loving people better. Well, what about the people right next door, the people across the street? Do we know their names? Are we just wave friendly? Do we know a little bit about their lives? How can we love and serve our neighbors better? Welcome to Love Your Neighbor, the month of July and August. We're going to be going in through a little 6-week journey together here inside the app, and I would love for you to participate. Let me point us to scripture really quick. I'd love for you to see Jesus responding to the Pharisees when they tried to trap him, which is the greatest command? Well, Jesus replied, love the Lord your God with all your heart, with all your soul, and with all your mind. This is the first and greatest command. And the second is like it. Love your neighbor as yourself. Love your neighbor as yourself. Do you have a hard time loving your neighbor as yourself? Hey, I don't know. Maybe you're just on a wave basis. Maybe you know their name. Maybe you don't. Well, by the end of these 6 weeks together, we're going to aim to just be better friends than just wave. How about wave and know their name? We're going to take sequential steps so we don't overwhelm you. But this is what it's all about, guys. One neighborhood at a time, intentionally serving and loving one another. So, check out this video and I'll be right back.
This is your house. These are your neighbors' houses. How many of these neighbors do you know by name? Go ahead, try to name them. If you're like most people these days, you probably only know a few of your neighbors by name. We have garages for our cars, privacy fences for our backyards, and we seem to be perpetually busy. You're doing pretty well if you wave or say hi as you're passing by. But what if we did more? What if we made it a point to learn the names of the people who live on our block? What if we took the time to listen to our neighbors and find out what makes them tick? What if our neighborhoods relied on each other in times of need, whether it be for a cup of flour or a shoulder to cry on? What if Jesus really meant that we should love our actual neighbors? Imagine the difference you could make in your neighborhood if you got to know your neighbors better. Imagine the difference you could make in your community if you partnered with others who had a desire to become better neighbors. Imagine the difference it could make in our cities if local churches were working together to make this a reality. You don't have to imagine very hard. It's happening. Check out The Art of Neighboring to discover how you can join others around the world to build genuine relationships right outside your door.
And there you go. There it is, guys. Hey, sorry about the vroom vrooms on the road. We live on a pretty busy street, but my brother-in-law, Steve, he's a pastor in Buffalo, New York. He introduced me to that book, man, probably 6 or 7 years ago. And I tell you what, it convicted me. It convicted me. Church Where You Are has now become such a movement. We're growing across the United States and 25 plus states. How cool would it be if each one of us who are taking some accountability to grow as a church inside this app were to make moves to be better neighbors together? What kind of stories could we share? What kind of inspiration could we gather and motivation to love our neighbor more? So if you're interested in joining us here at Church Where You Are in the month of July and August to grow in our ability to neighbor, I would love for you to sign up. Here's how you're going to do that. All you need to do is go to the app itself and you're going to find Intentionally Serve. It's under the Rhythm tab at the very bottom there. Once you open that up, you'll see at the bottom, Love Your Neighbor. Click on that and you'll see a series of videos and information as well. To actually sign up though, you're going to want to go to the top of the app. I don't think I have that picture. But when you open up the app, you know, there's a scrolling banner where it's got like at the movies and the daily. Well, one of those is Love Your Neighbor. Click on that banner at the top and click the Love Your Neighbor, and you'll have registration. It's free, and we're gonna actually empower you with tools and resources. Here's one of the tools that we're gonna send you. It's Who Is My Neighbor Neighborhood Block Map. The church where you are branded, Who Is My Neighbor Block Map. It's actually a magnet. It's a magnet, so you can stick that on your fridge as you learn the names of your neighbors. And this is one of the challenges that we'll have together. And then we'll all get back together on Wednesday night for the next 6 weeks, starting next week. And we'll kind of share. We'll share what's going on in our life, what we're experiencing. There's my Ring monitor going off. All right, guys, that's it for tonight. Hey, I just wanted to touch base a little bit. I hope to see you sign up and register so I can get you all the details and reach out, and we can spur one another on to be better neighbors. Bye for now.